I think we've all been wondering what would a Paradox game be like if it was set in a 4X type game, and well, today we have the answer because Millenia is just about to come out. I am collaborating with Paradox Interactive to show you guys what this game is all about, and of course to restore the Roman Republic to its rightful place. It's the first time I'm actually playing as Rome. I never usually play as Rome in my video games, so you guys are gonna really have a blast here. Don't forget to also use my link in description to get Millenia for yourself. Would really help out the channel massively, and it's gonna let Paradox know that, hey, maybe it's worth working with this Ludi guy, okay? Now we're gonna go for a new game, and we have our custom game set up here. Now by default, we have a map size medium, but we're gonna go with a huge map size, and I'm gonna set up a random seed 1444, so you guys can play with the exact same map that I'm playing if you use this particular seed, of course. I'm gonna change from continents also to Pangea, so we just have one big continent, essentially. Now there's different starting bonuses we can choose from. By default, the Roman Republic has plain territory, but we can go for, say, for example, starting with extra innovation. Why not? We can be a technological superpower as the Romans, right? We can also go on the nation builder, and we can create our own nation, Ludicums. Choose the flag by, you know, using one of the current default flags. Choose the types of cities, so we can have, for example, Roman cities. The towns can be Ottoman towns. Why not? And the culture can be any specific culture. So we can use this as a preset if we want to, for example. That being said, I'm pretty comfortable with the Roman Republic as it is. I'm gonna bring the players down to 6, however. Now I'm only gonna set nations that would be more plausible for us to encounter, right, as the Roman Republic. Obviously the Swedes, we can just say that this is the Germans, or we can actually just have Germany for that matter. Okay, so we have a random name for our capital or starting city, so I'm gonna change that, of course, to a proper Roman name, Rome. That should be our first and foremost city, obviously. Now we have our workers here assigned to the scrublands and the grasslands. Well, really just to the grasslands, because we only have 1 pops right now. We can have up to 5 pops, and this is our current income. We are generating 3 wealth, 2 knowledge, 2 culture, 1 improvement points, which is used to construct improvements on your tiles, 2 production, 4 food, and 4 influence. We've also got a pretty sizable surplus of food, so that should help us out with our population. Within 4 turns, we should get our second pops. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna build a town center first. I'm doing that so I can get the extra government XP. We're gonna explain that as we progress in the campaign a little bit better. Now we start with 2 units. We have our first warband. We're gonna start exploring with these guys, and we also have our second warband, and we're gonna explore with these guys as well. Who would have known, right? Early game is really just about exploring around your surroundings more than anything else. Now we can also choose our first technology. Once we get 3 technologies, we can progress to the Age of Bronze, which is right over here behind me. I'm blocking the Age of Bronze apparently. Casual Ludi blocking stuff. Obviously every technology comes with its own features. For example, you can get the food stockpile built, which is going to provide 3 food once you have farming unlocked. You can also build a farm and the plantation. These are improvements on the map itself. So for example, we could build a farm in this particular tile here. We could build a plantation on this one. I feel like maybe I should sit on this side of the screen. What do you guys think? All right, let's go ahead and end the first turn. So right now we have advanced to 97,050 BCE, which is roughly 11,900 years before our current timeline. So quite a little bit before. That being said, we do need to be careful. I don't know who spawns near us, but I noticed that the AI is extremely aggressive, and I actually got my ass handed to me a few times in this game in the early part if I'm not careful. You got to make sure that you have some sort of defense forts around your city, at least to defend against barbarians, if nothing else, right? Yes, that's right. We have barbarians, and we're playing as Rome. You know what that means? We gotta wipe out the barbarians. That's exactly what that means. We just advanced another 250 years apparently, and we've done basically nothing in 250 years. The real question is, how are these units moving so slowly that it takes them 250 years to reach here, huh? That's the actual question I'm asking right now. There's actually a lot of plantations nearby. That's gonna help out so much with building up my early population, and we seem to have discovered some city here, some type of borders or something of the sort. Okay, so that is a free city, the city of Cuenca. We're gonna interact with them later in the campaign, and we also have a little bit of interest point that we can check over here in the next turn. Let's go ahead and use our initial 6 government points that we just accrued. Now we can go of either tribal farming, which is going to give +1 food in the homeland, or raise tribal army, which is going to spawn a warband in the selected capital, vassal, or outpost. Now, this is going to be really great if you need to, defend yourself against incurring barbarian invasions, which is something the Romans might be very aware of. But I do want the extra food, to be honest, to boost up my population and be able to grow my civilization a lot faster, right? The earlier you grow your population, the better you have an advantage over your neighbors. There you go. We discovered strange designs. The machines and tools used in this village are unlike any other. They serve the same purpose but are designed by completely unique ideas. So we can get +5 knowledge or +5 improvement points. Now, knowledge is definitely the way. That means we've essentially researched our first technology, farming, because we found that little 5 extra knowledge lying around. I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to get workers as my second technology and just keep on exploring with my armies until something else happens. Kind of thinking maybe I should have actually gone for the warband, because then I would have had a third army that I could use to just explore around, right? We have our first culture that we can use. So our culture power has a few things we can do. We can do the local reforms, which boosts regional efficiency for 5 turns, or we could create a town. So I'm going to obviously create a town. I'm going to do it at the fringes of my current location. So I could say do it here, and that's going to eventually encompass the little grasslands with the wheat that we have. So eventually we can get a wheat farm here, and then we could also encompass the hills that have marble. So we have 4 trade goods that we start with essentially from the very get-go, which is a huge amount of trade goods. It's not actually normal to get this. This is probably the first time I got that many from my starting city. Oh no, we just discovered the first enemy army. These are barbarians. Oh no! Pretty nasty, but if we defeat them, we get some experience and we could potentially get some bonuses. If we defeat barbarian towns, we also get some nice things from that, but I'm not going to bother with it too much. I don't want to lose my unit now. I just need my units to explore around the map, so I'm going to be retreating from here after these guys engage. Oh boy, that is not good. All right, so we have a little battle in the wilderness then. Now we have a little bit of a battle screen here. I'm going to just fast forward this battle screen so we see the results, and I'm going to retreat next. We have another 6 government points, which means we can do the race tribal army, or we can wait and then we get the +1 knowledge per turn from our homeland. So I'm going to wait for that. The +1 knowledge is way better in my opinion. And we also got our second tech, so we can go for the third one now. Let's go for the council. So we get the council building that offers yet 1 more knowledge points. I probably should have just gone for the knowledge building first, because that way I would have teched up a little bit faster, wouldn't I? Yeah. Hey, we found another village. Yay. Lost scouts. A lost scout cavalry unit is camping out in the wilderness trying to get their bearings. We could get the scout unit, or we can get +10 exploration XP. Ooh, that's pretty good, but I kind of want the cavalry unit so I can explore around my map a little bit faster, just to separate this army from the rest of the other warband and just make our way around here. I'm going to avoid the barbarians, obviously. This is a barbarian camp right here, so we could attack it, but we don't have the strength to defeat it, so I'm just going to ignore it as consequence. Next, we're also going to set up our dolmen, which is going to give us a one-time border expansion and 100 influence. So it means we can encompass more lands around us within our actual borders. Let's make sure our units make it back home. They don't get destroyed by the barbarians. And we found our first other empire. These are, I believe, the Aztecs, and that is their cavalry unit. I'm not going to engage them. I obviously want to have peaceful relations with everybody for as long as possible, at least. Peace is not going to last for too much longer, though. Fortunately, that is the way of the game. Now, we cannot just have infinite amounts of towns. We need to get another actual city before we set up another town. So as such, I'm going to do, with my current culture power, raise army, and we get another 34 that we can actually use for some fighting. We've met the Aztec Empire. You will address us with respect if you know what is good for you. Cool. I love you, Aztec. Please don't attack me. I kind of have a little bit of a phobia with this game because last time I played it, it didn't end very well for me. I'd rather see the Roman Republic actually survive this time. And we got oral history, noise, +1 knowledge, and we're close to getting tribalism, which will give us 10 innovation and 2 culture in our homeland. So of course that is the play there. We don't want to get raised tribal army and community projects before we get these 3 technologies. I'm going to start an improvement here, and I'm going to be turning this tile into a sheep farm, I assume, right? Then we get meat and wool from this particular tile, so we can go back to Rome, and we can make sure that we have one of our pops assigned here. We do have actually one pops assigned. That is perfect. Do we have enough points to... No, we don't. We need more improvement points so we can turn a plantation out of the cotton here as well, which in turn is going to give us 2 cotton as well as 2 food, which is significantly better than the just 2 food that we're getting from the grasslands, meaning we would make more by assigning our 2 pops from here to the cotton plantation, or to the wheat farm for that matter. Oh, we discovered one more trade good. What is this? Lavender or something, isn't it? Oh, it's flax. Okay. In my defense, that actually does look like lavender. All right, we have selected to enter the Age of Bronze. That means we still need to do the 2 technologies which we have not yet researched from the first age, the Age of Stone, but I want to rush for bronze and then we can come back and research the Stone Age stuff later, right? I mean, who even needs archers? Come on, guys. Archers are not even relevant. Come on. Oh, this is great. 10 government XP. Yes, please. Oh my god, we got 18 government XP already. That is a lot. So if we get 30 government XP, we can spawn a settler, which means we can get our second city going. So that's going to be on my to-do list. I'm not sure. Should I do the settler or should I do the tribalism reform first? Seeing as we outnumber these barbarians, it is time to crush some barbarian scumbags. Taste the Roman steel! And they're gone. Oh, what a surprise. We have more barbarians behind the barbarians. Well, isn't that just peach? On the bright side, behind the second barbarian, we have a tribal camp, so we can maybe get some more tech or something juicy out of that. Continue with the exploration, though. Exploring is, in my opinion, the best thing you can do in the early part of the campaign. And I know it's not the best to just split up your armies, because then you can become an easy prey for the enemy troops. Like, for example, the Aztecs, which we just discovered the capital of, have more troops than me already here. But yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Who needs defenses, really? I mean, come on. Let's go ahead and spawn settlers. It's time, boys. It is time that we get a second city going. Where am I gonna send these guys, though? Should I build my second city here? Because we have flax and we have whatever the schnapps this is. This is what? Rice. Rice and flax. And more sheep here as well. Or should we send it over here? And then we got cotton plus 2 cotton and some fish. Oh, we just advanced to the Bronze Age. Oh, no. The Chinese advanced to the Bronze Age. Oh, come on. Really? China beat me to it? See, this is the pain of not having built that knowledge building before anybody else did. Finally, we entered a new age, and now we have new domains available, diplomacy and engineering, national spirit unlock, as well as a new system, a trade. This is something I need to talk to you guys a little bit about, because I know obviously not many people know what's going on here since Millenia hasn't even come out yet. It's coming out in a couple of days from today. There's a lot of things that are happening in this game, and I'm talking a lot of things. What really makes Paradox games so enjoyable is the fact that there's a lot of depth to them, and Millenia obviously has a lot of depth to it. Also, with each age you unlock new things that you can do in your country. So for example, now if we click here, we can choose our national spirit. There's a few spirits that we can choose from, and every age has a new spirit, and we got a couple of spirits at age 2, 4, 6, and 8 out of the 4 different types of national spirits. For example, if we click on God King, we will be able to unlock a lot of goodies afterwards, such as the ability to build the pyramid, upgrade one of your pyramids into a pyramid tomb, and even have minus 80% construction costs for stone walls and stone towers. A lot of construction cost reductions here. I recommend when you do get the game to just look at all of these bonuses individually, because honestly all of these have really awesome things that they offer, and the national spirits really shape the way that you will be playing your nation. That's why Millenia has the trademark paradox feature of every new game is a completely different game, even if you play it as the same nation, because you have so many things that are going to be going differently, so many paths that you can take, and that will help you shape the country into whatever you want it to be. Now I'm going to choose personally the God King dynasty simply because I want to build the pyramids, no other reason. But then again, who doesn't want to build the pyramids? Am I right? All right, we got enough improvement points now. Let's go ahead and click gather and build a plantation. And looks like we can even get a chariot, which is a really good unit, or we could get up to 30 warfare XP, but we get 5 chaos. Now chaos is something really bad. Once we get 100 chaos, there's a chance that we get a really terrible event happen in our country that's going to put us behind other nations. But you know what? I don't care. I'm going to get the chaos. Let's get 30 warfare XP. That's going to be super good. It means we can spawn in volunteers, or we can just hold on to that XP and use it later once we actually can use it for something a little bit better, not just to spawn warbands. Now from the Age of Bronze, we have so many new technologies here that we could choose from, including the chariot that we could have gotten for free if we wanted to. I am going to go for the belief system though. That's going to allow me to build a temple, which is going to give one more knowledge, which means we're going to be able to research stuff a lot faster. So I'm not going to sleep on this. I'm actually going to do it properly, and I'm going to rush for knowledge as fast as possible, right? I also feel like this is the perfect spot for a city because we have so many resources around, including 2 recently discovered grape resources. So let's establish the city of Byzantium. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to name this Ravenna. There you go. That's a proper, or no, not even. Let's go with the Capua. Capua is a pretty important early Roman city, if you ask me. It's going to take 15 turns up to integrate this. So I might need to actually set up some defenses for the city, meaning we can send these troops back over here and protect it. Everybody meet Tarraco, the little town that could, and also meet the 44 strength, the barbarian leader that spawned next to our capital. It might be Jover. It might actually be Jover. I'm going to have to get some volunteers to defend myself here. Yeah, it might really be very Jover here. Hey, we discovered somebody else. What is this? Athens? That was, I don't know who, but the Aztec. Oh, it's India. Okay. Pleasure to meet you people. We expect good things to come from this relationship. Well, hopefully we don't get nuked by the Indians. I'm assuming that doesn't happen in this game, right? Oh, my lord. We got an innovation event. So this happens once our innovation reaches the maximum. It's been there for a couple of turns and nothing happened. So luckily we did get something now. So we could get the obelisks innovation, or we can get 300 wealth. I'm gonna go for the obelisks. Thank you very much. And it looks like we had a battle against the barbarian king and we wipe him out. Nice. That's why I decided not to attack him, because we do get a bit of a defense bonus when he attacks us in our city. I like how you automatically get roads established between the various cities around here. So we do have a nice road network between Rome, Capua, and the independent city of Cuenca, which we will be attacking once we have a little bit more army and maybe some siege equipment or something, because if we just attack with our troops now, the fact that they have palisade walls equals us losing all of our units for no reason. All right, so we managed to get tribalism, which means that we're going to be ready for a peaceful revolution. If we don't go for tribalism, then we're going to get a lot of revolts and our country is going to collapse. So it's really vital that we get this reform as soon as possible before the rebels start tearing our country apart. Don't know why that reminded me of that awesome movie, The Door. You're tearing me apart, Lisa! Oh, hi, Mark. Hey, our borders just grew a tiny bit. That's awesome, but we don't have the population, so it makes not much of a difference, really. We got to increase the amount of pops that we have, and we also need to build more stuff, so we need to get more improvement points to build said stuff. I love how we actually get veterancy for our units whenever we win combats. So right now, we have level 1 veterancy for the warband, which offers 0.7 attack and +1 flat defense. Now, this obviously increases with the higher level the veterancy, and also the better type of unit, the more bonuses we get as consequence too. And we've just upgraded Herculaneum to a level 2 town, so we're going to set it up to be a farming specialization town to increase our population creation speed. And I'm going to go for the Eureka, so we research discipline ASAP so we can upgrade our units to spearmen, and as such we'll be able to conquer lands around us a little bit faster and at least be able to defend ourselves against the barbarian. There we go. Upgrade these guys to spearmen, increases their strength considerably. Now we do need to upgrade these guys as well to spearmen. There you go. 70 strength right now for this army. We're going to need to bring these guys back home though to recover their strength, because they've been a little bit damaged, let's say. Or we can just chill here, guard this little cotton plantation until our reinforcements arrive and help us out. Since now we can have 4 units in each army, I'm gonna have to set up a couple of armies at least. And we've done the research, so let's go ahead and choose another research up next. I'm gonna go for mining first. We can do mining followed by community and officials. Oh dear, that's a lot of barbarians over here. We probably need to be a little more careful with our cavalry units. We're gonna merge up both of our armies so we can deal with these barbarians together. Since we have 25 government, we're also going to integrate the province of Capua, making it a full city. Now we're gonna set up our population here in the grasslands so we actually get some growth for this city. 8 turns, and then we're gonna get 3 pops in the city as consequence. Let me see. I probably could do it better than that. Yes, let's do a plantation here, and then we can set our pops to work in that plantation. This way we also get 2 Cotton and as consequence 2 wealth alongside 2 food. Obviously, it's better to have 2 cities grow at the same time rather than just one doing it all by itself. And look at that, our city has also expanded a little bit. Let's wait for our units to get attacked. Apparently, we're going to be eventually merging up all of these lands into one beautiful, glorious city. I'm also going to be diplomatically vassalizing Cuenca once I get my envoy from the research, so that's going to be in a little bit of time. Official research is going to give me 1 envoy, and I can use that envoy to diplo-vassalize Cuenca. I don't need to attack him in order to make him a part of my kingdom. Yeah, my cavalry units being trapped over here doesn't inspire too much confidence considering the amount of enemies around and the health pool that they have, so I'm going to be pulling them back. Regroup. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody go back. We don't want to be here. Nope, 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 nope. Pretty sure I saved their life, but I did waste quite a little bit of exploration points. Still worth it though. Bro, scouts have lost their way and are not returning. Don't tell me I lost all 3 of them. Okay, I lost just 1 of the units. That's fine. That's actually fine. And we got rid of the chaos. So now let's see what do we get from our innovation. Maybe you get some juicy things. If like China was the first to reach the age of iron, we're gonna have to follow suit. We also have our first pioneer, which means we can establish an outpost over here once the next turn comes to pass, which means we'll be able to control this resource with that little outpost, and then later we can even integrate the outpost into our region once we're able to get more towns a part of our capital region. There we go. Clicius Maximus Outpostius. We can always revert this guy to a pioneer if we want to change the location of the outpost. Right now we're keeping it here so that we prevent anybody else from building anything in this area. I don't think anyone will, but you know, just in case. Also, we can spawn a volunteer army. Let's spawn these bad boys over here. So these are spearmen and only 1 unit. Well, that's not too many, is it now? I'm gonna change this. We can build either a mine that's gonna give us 1 copper, which is 2 production, or 2 marble, again 2 production. I think I'm gonna go for the quarry. I'll get the marble and we'll get copper from another future province, not from this one. You can also build another plantation, which will give us 1 olives, and everybody knows Romans do like their olives. Our main deal is gonna be to build a stone cutter. That's gonna give us 5 production. That is huge. It's gonna turn 1 marble into 1 stone block. So 5 production means we're gonna be able to build buildings in our capital super fast. As it stands, we have 6 production. Once we build the marble workshop, or whatever it's called, the stone cutter, better yet, it's gonna essentially double how fast we build buildings in our capital. And our units here are getting a lot of veterans. See, look at that. Everybody's a veteran now. We just need to make sure they don't get schnapple duped in this area though. The metal workers of Roman Republic have discovered techniques that produce sturdier alloys. Innovation, refined metalworking. Accept. Yes, sir. And I'm going to be building up my temple in the capital to get 1 culture and 1 knowledge. I really also need to build the rest of the stuff. For example, the council building I have not yet built. I thought that I built, but I actually didn't build. That's pretty valuable too. That's 1 knowledge we're missing out on. You know what? To make up for the fact that I didn't build this earlier, I'm just going to be rushing it. There you go. Now we have 5 knowledge, and as such, we're going to be raffle stomping those technology trees before anybody else. Hopefully, anyway. Realistically, just catching up really more than anything else. Oh, look at that though. We can build the Roman short swordsman. Is that because they're all very short people, or why are they called short swords? I'm so confused right now. Oh boy, I feel like we've explored a little bit more than we should have. There's a lot of barbarians all around here, and there's very little of us. Well, we can always return our boyos back home whenever we need to though. Okay, that actually is a lot of barbarians. Holy mother of God. Gotta get out of there. On the bright side, we can diplomatically vassalize a minor nation. As such, Cuenca is now our 3rd beloved city due to our envoy who sacrificed himself to achieve this. Rome is thriving, everybody. Look at that. 9 pops, almost about to get 10. And we're also in the process of completely building up our provinces here. We need to get some cooking provinces done so that we can convert the wheat and the lamb meat and all that into actual products, which is going to give us more food as consequence. For example, 2 wheat or rice turns into 2 flour, which equals 6 food. And I just realized I was making a mistake. I should have turned the city of Herculaneum, the town of Herculaneum, into a mining town, since I have the mining tile right next to it, which I'm actually utilizing. Both of them I'm utilizing, so yeah. And we finally reached the Age of Iron, which means we have new domains available, arts, new governments, and gold and iron are available as resources as well now. Let's go ahead and continue to wipe out the barbarians before anything else. There's a lot of them over here. We need to pacify the region. And we also found another town, so we can get 30 engineering XP. Obviously from that, we can turn this experience barbarians into public works should we want to, or we could also actually expand the town in here because we haven't done that. So go ahead and expand Tarako into a level 2 town hold. Let's also use some of our wealth to rush the culture, and then we can do the peaceful revolution, which allows us to reform the current government into a new one. There you go. The government is ready for peaceful revolution. Much better than a violent revolution, that's for sure. Now we have two options: the Imperial Dynasty, which looks a little bit like this, and we also have the Kingdom. Both come with their benefits and with their drawbacks. The Kingdom is primarily focused around having a lot of vassals. The Imperial Dynasty is a little bit more on direct control. I'm gonna go for the Imperial Dynasty. I'm a little bit more of a fan of this one, to be honest. And we can also do 5 grains, which is gonna allow us to get +1 food per farm, which is huge. There you go. That boosted us up so much that now it's only 5 turns until we grow to 10 population in Rome. Now, despite the fact that we did lose the outpost to those scumbag barbarians, we can still do a town in the spot where the outpost was before, and then with this town we can eventually encompass the resources around here. We actually have gold in this one province. I'm honestly thinking to just spawn 1 settler and just make a town right here. You know what? I think that might actually be the play. Let's go for it. Let's actually go for it, boys. Bring him over to Liguria first, and then we're gonna spawn the town smack in the middle here. I'm gonna have to send some units to protect the settler though, and I can also expand the town of Liguria since we have all that extra engineering points lying around. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. We already encompassed the grasslands here, which has flax, so we can do a plantation in there, and as such we get 1 rice. Actually, it's rice, it's not flax, my bad. It was rice all along, guys. I think we already have the city of Roma. Sure, it's a Rome the way I called it. It's not Roma, but still, no, we cannot have 2 of them. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to rename this to Ravenna. There we go. That's a proper Roman name right there. We've got quite a few rebellions around. We're gonna need to take care of these rebels before they actually cause any devastation to the lands. We're using our primary army, which has the veterans level 4, the strongest, most elite units in our nation as it stands. I'm gonna name these guys the Chadicus Legion. There you go. Chadicus Legion is way better than the 6th Army, whatever they were called before. So now that the city of Rome has above 10 population, it starts developing a need for sanitation. Luckily, we have enough sanitation. We have a need of 2, and we have 7 sanitation right now. We've got that sanitation because we finished building the aqueduct in true Roman fashion. Next, we're gonna build a library, again in true Roman fashion. I think it's time I spawn my first merchant too. Now, I can use this merchant to establish some trade routes by deploying him in the capital of a neighbor of mine, or I can deploy him into one of my vassals, and that's gonna increase the prosperity of the vassal each turn. Damn, so from building up all that extra production, we've essentially built all the buildings we could have built, which is insane to me. We're now building the stone towers and the stone walls to actually have some defenses for our city. We didn't bother with that since we have a pretty strong army defending it as it is, but I guess now it's time for that, and we also are lacking some sanitation. So I'm gonna build a midden to get 4 sanitation as consequence. There you go. We went up to 150 from 87, so we're a-okay now. We still have the ability to grow our city even more. I think the main goal of this run is going to be to see how massive we can get the city of Rome in the ancient times, right? Okay, we are the first to reach the Age of Kings. This shows that by playing tall, which is what we've been doing so far, we are able to crush everybody else. Whilst everyone's getting their little towns and stuff, we made our towns insanely powerful. We got all the culture, we got all the economy, we got all the improvement points. Now we can create outpost specializations available with this age. We have a religion available, and we also have national spirit unlocked. So let's go ahead and make good use of that now. Oh my god, I am loving this. Rome's actually thriving right now. Oh my god. All right, let's go ahead and click our national spirit for age 4. We have a few options: explorers, crusaders, khans, machinery, shogunate, spice merchants, chivalry, theologian. I think I'm gonna go for the crusaders. Unlocks the Knights of the Order, reliquary, which offers 15 wealth. There you go. We can use some of our military to unlock a military order, and we can spawn the crusaders as consequence now. Also, we can get the +1 housing from Feng Shui, and eventually we'll get the +2 culture and innovation from Imperial Dynasty Reform. Probably should have saved that up actually to get the Reform first, but it's fine. We don't have issues with housing right now, so that's why it was a bit of a mistake. Go ahead and get medieval universities. We want to be ahead of everybody else with knowledge. So we already are ahead of everybody else. We want to be even more ahead of everybody else, right? Okay, so we got our culture ready. We can found our very own religion. We're going to found it in the city of Rome, so people will pay us a little bit of pilgrimage over in Rome. It's going to be the Christianity. That's right, we're going full on Christian here, and we're gonna keep the cross. What are we gonna do? We're gonna make a funny Christianity. Nah, I'm just going through all of these to see what we have available, but no, we're gonna go with this. All right, cool. So we got Christianity done. Now if we click on it right now, the birthplace of Christianity is Rome, 9 followers as it stands. So eventually it's gonna encompass the whole planet, eh? That's the plan, boys. Ooh, hostilities declared by the Aztecs. That is not great because I have not been building up my army at all. Okay, well, we can allow combat in neutral territory. All right, so as long as we are not outside of our borders, we should be okay, I guess. And we just discovered the Greeks. I don't know where the hell they are, but sure. Okay, well, let's bring our troopers over to Cuenca. So if the Aztecs have declared the hostilities, we got to be starting up our expansion. They've built another city close to us, and we have not really built anything around anywhere. Let's also go ahead and get our last imperial dynasty reformed so we get the innovation and the culture as consequence. Let's see the difference between our Roman soldiers, 913, and these guys have 3220. They've got 3 times the attack and defense. Oh my god, I'm gonna build some crusader units. Holy mother of god. That is religious zeal right there. Funny how Babylon became a Roman vassal. I mean, technically that did kind of happen, right? We're gonna station one of our knights here in this province. Should be enough, 1 knight. I don't have any defenses for Rome right now, so I'm gonna have to actually build up some knights after I finish my universities. I'm doing a university as well as a privy council to get 3 extra knowledge from these 2 buildings altogether. Our borders are protected. We have soldiers in Cuenca in the south. We have soldiers in the north in Ravenna. So any way that enemies might try to enter the Roman area, they have to go through those 2 cities. We're basically surrounded by mountains now, so that's actually really good. I never thought about that particular thing, but the reality is that the mountains work as natural borders around Rome. All right, we can also upgrade our plantations now, which is going to massively improve the amount of output that we have from these plantations. So it's definitely worth doing these upgrades ASAP. Now, because we took a very religious path, we have unlocked the Age of Intolerance. This locked out the other ages for us, the Age of Discovery, the Age of Renaissance, the Age of Conquest. So we pretty much have to progress down the Age of Intolerance. Essentially, we're going to be declaring a holy crusade on the world as consequence. That's one thing I like about this game. Like, it's not just a linear, oh, 9 ages, whatever, 10 ages, whatever. No, you actually advance so many freaking ages, and there's completely different paths for the ages with completely different texts as such. Makes it so much more fun than any other 4X game that I know, at least. But that being said, we've done a pretty good, solid deal here as the Romans, and we've actually become a massive conglomerate of a nation. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show you guys the last ages, actually, because I know there's some limitations on what we can show and what we cannot show so far. So I'm just going to call it as it is for now. I had a lot of fun with Millennia, and I definitely will be making more videos for this game because I'm genuinely enjoying it. I'm not the best at it, but I'm learning and I'm having a lot of fun in the process. So hope you guys enjoyed the video too. I hope you enjoyed the game. I highly recommend it. So don't forget to use my link in the description to get it for yourself and help out the channel. And until the next time, check out this awesome video up next. And I want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers. I would not be able to do this without all your support.